So as a result, we're trying to get all the information and data and get a good feel for the environment down here, get a good feel for the location of the proposed plant before we make this very difficult and important decision.
So actually physically coming down here helps out a lot, right?
Absolutely. We've heard testimony, we've read testimony, we've looked at maps, but nothing beats coming out and touching the ground and looking at the water sources that we've been hearing about through weeks of testimony.
All right. I appreciate it.
Project site and pointed out areas in which the power plant, the power block, the equipment and systems will be built where it's projected to be built.
Okay. And what do you hope these guys take away from it?
Well, I hope they take away from here is that the Hempstead county property site here is a good site for a power plant. It's a site that's been already disturbed from the previous owners, a tree farm, so it's not a pristine woods of Arkansas, and that it will bring needed power to the local area. Fall back into the Little River will be in about the same location. Again, we don't have the specifics, but again, that'll be I believe it's a 12-inch outfall pipe.
The little is right here. The red comes in, and they're side by side right in this area. There's like a levee built across there. Then they separate, and then back over in here tie together again. And this is all Mr. Warren's property in here, including this little quarry area is Mr. Warren. And we start right in here roughly, and own from there on.
What's that building back that way?
That's the Hope River water intake.
Oh,
okay, and that's
you saw the
right here.
The treatment plant that water goes to the plant that's right up at 355 for Hope Water. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's where their intake is.
But you can see their intake structure is actually sitting out into the river.
Yeah,
Okay, and ours will be more or less built out. This is a typical design that we've used everywhere I've been, at least in the east. That's where most of my engineering days come from. It works very, very well. This area, we're still trying to find the right location in the river because we need to make sure it's deep enough. It's got a deep enough channel so that these pipes that are on the bottom of the river don't interfere with boating. So I mean, so we still have work to do to actually locate where it's going to go. And one of the things that we attempt to avoid is continuous dredging, because that becomes an O&M expense, and it goes on for years. It goes on for years. So we try to find a good place in the rivers and put them there. 50 years from now, things change. The oxbow that we saw on Lake Vaughan, the world changes. Although I think now with Lake Millwood up there, the hydrology is probably much better controlled than it was before Lake Millwood, from a standpoint of flood controls and all that.
On this photo, you can just see the corner of Lake Vaughan coming, pooping up here.
Oh, there you go. And this is the road that we traverse down here. Right? Yeah. Right. And then this will be open stay open for the general public. Obviously, this is not on our property. Preliminary engineering, second half of this week. We don't have an exact site yet. It'll be back on the land, up above the existing grade at 552. We'll boost it up to be above the flood level at 262, which is the flood level in this county. And then what we'll do is